Lehman Brothers is going bankrupt.
What the heck is going on down here? I don't know.
All of a sudden here, we started hearing screaming, buy, buy, buy.
There are fears the sell-off will continue on Wall Street.
Investment banking revenue, 3.21 billion. The estimate, 3.08 billion.
On its own, I think it is going to be one of the winner banks. But I think this is the end of the era of investment banking.
Investment banks. You've heard the name, but what are investment banks? What do investment bankers do? And why are they such a staple in pop culture? Why are there entire meme pages, YouTube videos, websites, and cultures revolving around this industry? Today, we're going to explore the cult of investment banking.
A day in the life of a Goldman Sachs intern.
The day in the life of an investment banker.
Typical day of my life as an investment banker in London.
Welcome to the Investment Banking Intern Diaries.
From shows like Industry and movies like American Psycho, investment bankers are portrayed as cutthroat, alpha, and high-strung individuals who work hard and play hard. But how much of that is true, and how do they afford that lifestyle? In this analysis, we'll go down a path of multi-billion-dollar transactions, reveal the cult of investment banking, horrifying stories about working conditions through a leaked corporate document that shook up Wall Street, and what it all means. We've all heard of investment banks such as JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, and Morgan Stanley. But what exactly do these companies do, and why does the media love to hate them? What is investment banking? Investment banking is one of the most misunderstood industries in the world. You've heard about them time and time again, but nobody really knows exactly what they do and how they do it. Investment banking actually has nothing to do with investing, and the business model is actually quite simple. Investment banks take a fee for brokering and helping facilitate transactions. This is no different than real estate agents getting a fee for selling a house, but instead of working with homeowners, investment banks work with companies with transaction sizes in the millions and even billions of dollars. Investment banks typically work with three types of transactions: M&A, debt raises, and equity raises. M&A stands for mergers and acquisitions. As the name implies, the investment banks help companies either buy other companies or sell themselves. On these transactions, the investment banks take a cut of the purchase price of the company, typically 2 to 3% of the transaction, which can be worth tens of millions of dollars. The next type are debt raises. Debt raises are essentially loans and are similar to when you go to a bank to get a house mortgage, student loans, or an auto loan. But since these loans are significantly larger, several banks come together and each issue a portion of the loan. Similar to the M&A fee, banks get a proportion of the debt raised as a fee, but typically a much lower percent compared to M&A deals. Equity raises. This is raising money not through debt, but through equity, which are shares of a company. The most popular and mainstream example you hear is an IPO, which is an initial public offering. This is when a company raises money in the equity market for the first time, and it's typically the most newsworthy, but companies can often do this many times, and each time is called an equity offering. Essentially, the company gives out ownership in the company to raise cash. The investment banks get money through fees on the amount raised. So now we've unveiled the mystery behind what investment banks do. Let's dive into the secret cult of investment banking. There has been an entire pop culture phenomenon revolving around investment banking and the stereotypical finance bro. There have been Instagram meme pages dedicated to investment banking and finance, such as Litquidity, FinMeme Associates, Wall Street Intern, and more, with millions of followers combined. The page Wall Street Confession, which allows Wall Street employees to anonymously confess secrets, consistently gets comments from Rich Handler, the CEO of Jefferies, one of the top investment banks in the world. And it doesn't stop at meme pages. There are entire forums revolving around this industry, with the most popular being Wall Street Oasis, where investment bankers and finance professionals can connect and post topics related to investment banking. Here you'll find posts about interview prep, bank reputations, as well as finance professionals talking about miscellaneous hilarious topics. And it's not just investment bankers talking about themselves. Around the internet, you'll see tons of people commenting on the cult of finance and giving their insight. There are tons of guides and recounts about dating finance bros, including articles such as 25 Rules for Dating a Wall Streeter and The Dating Pearls of the Modern Finance Bro. But why does this industry attract so much attention? It boils down to two reasons. 1, the money, and 2, the work hard, play hard lifestyle. Let's cover the topic of money first. Investment bankers right out of college can expect to make around $150,000 and can go upwards of tens of millions of dollars as their careers progress, with some new grads making upwards of $200K, which puts their earnings more than 2 times the median average American income in 2020. A fresh-faced college graduate at 21 is making more than 2 times the average of some people with decades of experience. Because investment banking is so lucrative, there have been entire industries built with the sole purpose of teaching people how to become an investment banker, with interview guides costing hundreds of dollars and coaching potentially costing thousands of dollars. With the large amount of money investment bankers make, thousands of students and professionals around the world make this hefty investment for the opportunity to work at one of these investment banks. With so much money involved in such a secretive industry, it's no wonder that people are so curious and so interested in investment banking. But another reason is the work hard, play hard lifestyle investment bankers are portrayed as having. The investment banking industry is notorious for working a ton. If you've seen any of the online articles, you've seen that investment bankers are paid a lot, but their work life is often comprised of 80+ hour work weeks and sometimes 100+ hour work weeks. It's not uncommon for investment bankers to work 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. during the weekdays, during a live deal, and several hours on the weekend. Why does this happen? Investment bankers work so much because it's a client-facing role. As mentioned prior, investment banks help companies with M&A transactions or to raise money, and when you're charging the client 6- and 7-figure fees, you're expected to do whatever the client wants to, whenever they want. So when investment bankers are staffed on multiple transactions, the work quickly piles up and everything is urgent when dealing with such large sums of money. But with this 24/7 client-facing culture and long hours, bankers need to be compensated highly, otherwise nobody would do it. In the world of investment banking with 6- to 7-figure bonuses, there's another very common stereotype around investment banking that has been seen in every Wall Street movie and TV show ever created. The work hard, play hard culture is another alluring aspect of investment banking. The romantic aspect of someone who can be in a high-pressure job, close billion-dollar deals, and know how to party the rock star lifestyle. In fact, there have been countless examples of financial executives being seen in the party space. David M. Solomon, the CEO of Goldman Sachs, one of the most well-known investment banks in the world.
We are diversifying our mix. We're adding more asset management revenues, which is in the form of predictable fees.
Is famous for being a DJ and is set to play alongside Dua Lipa and Metallica in Lollapalooza in July of 2023, and has a DJ Instagram account with 50K plus followers. In pop culture, investment bankers are stereotypically portrayed as workaholics during the day and drug-fueled party animals during the night, coining the popular phrase models and bottles, meaning partying with model-tier women with bottle service at clubs. This drug-fueled lifestyle has also been satirically mocked on plenty of Instagram accounts as well. Whether true or not, this ambitious and fast-paced lifestyle is exciting for many involved and intriguing for those not directly involved. So now we know why the investment banking lifestyle is so appealing to many and makes a great Hollywood script. Great money, great prestige, always in the limelight, and a reputation for partying. But is it worth it? And what are the downsides? This question was answered in 2021 in a document equally appalling and equally interesting in the corporate leak that shook up Wall Street. It's no secret that these intense hours and job pressure can come with stress, anxiety, lack of sleep, weight gain, and a host of all other health issues. This was no more apparent than in the infamous leaked Goldman Sachs analyst survey in February of 2021. In this survey, revealed the harrowing accounts of first-year analysts. The survey starts off strong, stating, on average, first-year analysts are working over 95 hours per week and sleeping 5 hours per night, with the average analyst going to sleep at 3 a.m. The survey also showed striking declines in mental and physical health since starting the job. 100% of surveyors responded that work hours have negatively impacted relationships with friends, family, and their overall health. If that isn't enough, investment bankers surveyed had an average workplace and life satisfaction of a whopping 1 and 2 out of 10. There were terrifying direct quotes from bankers as well. One stating, the sleep deprivation, the treatment by senior bankers, the mental and physical stress. I've been through foster care, and this is arguably worse. Another one states, my body physically hurts all the time, and mentally I'm in a really dark place. The accounts continue. What is not okay to me is 110 to 120 hours over the course of a week. The math is simple. That leaves 4 hours a day for eating, sleeping, showering, bathroom, and general transition time. This is beyond the level of hardworking. This is inhumane/abuse. This groundbreaking survey took the industry by storm.
This is after they aired their grievances in the most meta of ways through an online slide presentation titled Working Conditions Survey that they shared with their managers, and then it went viral on social media.
Topping headlines in Business Insider, The Guardian, and CNN. People around the internet were appalled at the working conditions, and something needed to change, and it did. Like dominoes around Wall Street, investment banking salaries increased across the board. New grads at the time were making around $125,000 in total compensation, but shortly after this was leaked, banks around Wall Street increased the total compensation to around $150,000, where it stands today. Despite the pay increases, bankers have said that working conditions have not improved. 85-plus-hour work weeks, high stress, high pressure, and lack of sleep are still commonplace in the industry. With thousands of employees having similar experiences across Wall Street, it's no wonder that these communities arise. Investment bankers across the globe connect on their shared experiences, struggles, and issues on a job that only people in the industry can understand. Which begs the question, is it worth it? This is a tough question to answer. For some it is. They start out making $150,000 plus right out of college with the opportunity to increase their earnings to high 6 and even potentially 7 figures per year. They work on deals that make news headlines. They work in a prestigious industry that everyone wants to know about. But for others, it's not worth giving up their 20s and early 30s working 100 plus hours per week, missing family and friends events, sacrificing your mental and physical health, and essentially putting your life on pause for years to climb the ranks. As for you, if you're looking towards a career in investment banking, it all depends on what you want out of your life. But now, you have all the information you need to know about investment banking, the allure, the lifestyle, and exactly what happens behind those velvet curtains. So if you're interested in business and finance, taking control of your finances, making more money, and being smarter with your money, this is the channel for you.